Hey, what's going on, everyone? What's going on? Happy Tuesday. It's late. It's late today, but or should I say tonight? It's late, but here at the office, just wanted to come in here and do a quick live stream for you because there was so many people that were asking questions about dormant plants, and over the past couple weeks, we've been super busy, and I've wanted to answer a lot of these questions. The downside is that it's difficult to answer each one individually. And so I wanted to offer some opportunity for us to not only kind of talk about some of these amazing dormant plants that we've got, we just got them all in stock. We've been stocking them. We will continue to stock them as well. Plants like grapes, plants like gooseberries and currants, they're coming back in stock. For those of you that are waiting, they're coming back in stock. However, for those of you that are wanting to get some berry plants right now, we have a boatload still in stock. They're coming every single, well, not every single week. They're coming every other week from the farm that we partner with that grows them for us. We have two farms that we partner with. They grow them organically. They're absolutely amazing. They're incredibly high quality, and the fact that they're super affordable. Really, really affordable. We're really proud of that because I can't say that for everywhere you're going to get plants, seeds, and other stuff. So we do have tons in stock. For those that are wondering, we're putting more in stock, like I said, every other week, and we're getting more all the time. So I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to ask some questions because I know a lot of you have had questions. I can touch on some of those questions that I know you guys have had, but I know that a lot of you have been asking about stuff like, should I plant right now, even though it's not even though I'm not outside of my frost window, right? My last frost has not yet occurred. So to that, I would say yes, absolutely. Get them now and plant them. Right now is the best time to do that. These, for instance, these strawberries, these are just starting to come out of dormancy, just starting to kind of pop. They're looking amazing. This is our 25 count. We offer a 10 count, which we call just our regular berry bundle. We offer a 25 count of strawberries, which we call our homestead collection, or our homestead bundle, I should say. And then we offer a 100 count, which we call our farm bundle. You can save money the more you buy. So if you're looking at getting a lot, starting a lot of berries, definitely buy more. You're going to save some money. But they are going to go in the ground right now. They're totally fine. They're very cold hardy. They're going to arrive either dormant or semi-dormant. They're starting to break dormancy. They're going to be 100% fine if you throw them in the ground and you get a frost. We just planted out a boatload of strawberries in our garden, and they're rocking. They're getting ready to go, and we're probably still about 3 to 4 weeks away from what I would consider to be a pretty safe last frost date. So definitely don't worry about that if you're worried. So that's one thing. Next thing is, how are they going to arrive? Well, again, I'm going to reiterate. So they're going to be coming, strawberries are going to be coming bare root. You can see the roots there. The roots themselves are exposed. There's no soil. We have to do that for quite a few reasons. Otherwise, there's a lot of states we can't ship to if they're not bare roots. So it basically gets us through a lot of hassles with interstate commerce with plants. Very, very touchy subject when you're talking about plants, because soil can carry with it things like soil-borne fungus, disease, bacteria, hitchhikers, insects, things like that you don't want. So we do a lot bare root. A ton is bare root. We do have also, we've got, this is the strawberry section here. We do have some asparagus. You'll notice asparagus, like crazy, huge asparagus. These suckers are gorgeous, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. You can check them out over at migardener.com, but they're going to come bare root as well. Massive, massive plants. These asparagus, for the price you're paying and how much you're getting, you're basically saving 50% right off the top, because generally what you'll buy are 1-year plants, and the price you pay for 1-year plants is still more than what you're paying for 2-year plants. Now, we do not make any promises on size. I want to be very clear there, because a lot of you say, well, how big are they going to be when I receive them? These things are honking big. These things are Goliath. This is just our 8 count. So again, much like the strawberries, we have a 4 count, we have an 8 count, and we have a 16 count. And so with the 4 count, that's our regular asparagus bundle. 8 count is our homestead bundle, and then with the 16 count, that's our farm bundle. And I can't make any promises on size, obviously, because they're all going to be different. There's no way I can give you the same, size, like a size estimate. But they are huge. They're awesome. So you can definitely feel pretty confident with that. Now, question. Yes, I see you, Chris. So Chris asks, what happens if they don't survive? Chris, that's a good question. I appreciate the question. It's obviously something I'm not worried to answer because obviously these are live plants. We, just like with berries, will guarantee their survival for up to a year. We have a 1-year satisfaction guarantee on everything that we do. With seeds, it's 2 years. We want to make sure that you believe in our quality and can trust our quality, right? So we're obviously sending plants that are dormant or are breaking dormancy. If they're dormant, we don't know, right? There's something that could have happened. And it's not like we are intentionally going to send something that doesn't sprout for you, but things happen. Things happen. And so I want you to know, Chris, you can definitely trust that. But also, please do understand, too, that a lot of what we do is relying on you planting them correctly. So not letting them sit in the bag, not letting them sit around your house for a month, that definitely really does. It's difficult for us to back our warranty when you've kept them in a box for a month. So when you get them, plant them, please. You're definitely going to benefit from that. But yeah, these are some of our smaller berry bundles here. We got our bigger asparagus there. But coming over here, we've got hope I don't get too far away. These are our raspberries. Now we got our raspberries. They are huge. Now again, I can't promise anything on size. I cannot promise anything on size, but these are the Latham. Look at these freaking broomsticks. Look at this. These are 2 to 3 year plants. 2 to 3 year plants. Now, granted, they're not all 2 to 3 years. We advertise 1 year. I can't make any promises on what you get. The farm that grows them for us, this farm specifically, prides themselves in growing basically like mature stock. So every once in a while, you're going to get like, this is normal. Okay. This is a 2-year rooted, raspberry. 2-year rooted raspberry. Okay. This is very normal. Some lucky people are going to get a 3-year rooted raspberry. And this thing is like a witch's broomstick. Okay. So that's just the luck of the draw. I can't make any promises. We just grab and go. Okay. But the quality is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. These are coming bare root, but they're packed with damp shavings to keep the roots hydrated through transit. And again, these are dormant. So if they look like a dead stick, they're meant to look like a dead stick. They're meant to look like a dead stick. So yeah, these are the raspberries. Lisa, can you talk about cold hardy Chicago figs? Yeah, so we don't carry any, but you can get cold hardy Chicago figs. They do grow. I've grown them in the past. The problem that I find is the further north you go, like the lower the growing zone that you're in, the tougher it is for them to survive. And generally they'll die back down to the roots. I find cold hardy would be preferred for maybe 7A. 7A, they would thrive, right? 6B, they do okay. 5 is tough. 5 is real tough. Definitely put them in a pot and take them into an unheated garage. They're going to do way better. So hopefully that helps you, Lisa. And then we also got our blackberries. So our blackberries here, check this out. Look at this. Look at this. Our blackberries, right? These are dormant. They're dormant blackberries. Blackberries can hold their leaves for throughout winter if the winter is mild enough. So these are still dormant. They're not growing yet, but they are awesome. These are a blackberry plug. So this is actually rooted. This is a 1-year rooted plug. It's rooted in peat moss. So it's actually going to be still a soilless mix, but it's actually in a little plug, which is wonderful. So that's what you're going to get when you get these. It's so much different It's very different. See this here? So it's so much different than like a bare root raspberry. But these suckers are going to take off, and they're going to get they're going to get rooted very quickly because of the fact that they don't really need to get established. So they're already kind of established in their plug, so they're good to go. So that's how the blackberries are going to arrive. We also do have some. We also have some. Let's see here. Okay, elderberries. Okay, these elderberries are nutso crazy. These suckers are growing like mad. So if you want to get yourself some elderberries, get them, get them, get them. We are getting more every other week. We definitely, we definitely have a boatload of growth on these suckers, and they're ready to rock. They have come out of dormancy exceptionally well. And what that's allowed us to do is to cull the ones that did not come out of dormancy, which actually helps to reduce how many people get stuff, because it does happen. I mean, you're going to have 2%, right? 1 to 2% that just something happened, right? They just didn't make it through winter. Well, that's fine. That actually has been nice for us to kind of cull those out, and they're shipping every day. So get yourself some elderberries. We have them at a crazy, crazy good price, and we also offer bundles too. So we have those. But yeah, we've got the raspberries. We got the elderberries. Like I said, we're getting more grapes in. The grapes are bare root. So they're going to come with damp shavings to hydrate the roots. This is the grapes come like. They look awesome as well. I could not be happier with the grapes. We have 3 different kinds of grapes. We have a green grape, a white grape, and a red grape. So, so you can definitely count on some more grapes coming in. So, GG, are they sold at the store right now, or do they have to be shipped? We do sell them at the store. You can come into the shop. We're closed obviously right now, except for me. I'm just crazy. But they do ship. We ship them all the time. Every day we're shipping out berries. So you can definitely go get some. Like I said, we just started getting these, and it is not too late either. I see this question. Amy, is it too late to plant? No. Oh my gosh, no. Oh my goodness. If you're already well past your last frost date, you can still plant them. They will still come out of dormancy just fine. They will still grow for you just fine, Amy. You'll be totally fine. I don't know where you live, but if you live down in, Mississippi, Texas, Southern California, get them. Get them and plant them. They're going to do great for you. They're going to do great as long as you keep them well watered and keep them fertilized in a nice, healthy soil, rich in organic material. Get them established. They're going to do awesome for you. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a raspberry, blackberry, blueberry. Blueberries. We do carry blueberries as well. We just got some blueberry. Well, we've had blueberries, but they've been selling like hotcakes. We literally cannot keep the blueberries in stock. Check this out. These are the blueberries. They come in a giant quart pot. These suckers are awesome. Now, granted, these are dormant. They're dormant. They look dead. They're not. These are awesome. These are honking big plants. These are like gigantic. These are gigantic plants. Now, again, we cannot make any promises on size. I want to be really clear here. But these plants are being sold as a 1-year plant. I don't know how, I don't know how fast you think a blueberry grows, but for me, these are like, the farm prides itself again in quality. We partner with 2 farms, that grow for us, and both of them we've used for years to grow our plants. They do an amazing job, absolutely stand-up job, and they both have said that their blueberries are technically a 1-year plant, but they look like a 2 or a 3-year plant. They're going to basically start flowering and fruiting the next year you grow them. So not this year. They shouldn't flower this year. They might. They shouldn't. But next year, you should already start getting fruit. Not a ton of fruit, granted, not a ton of fruit, but they should start giving you fruit, which is awesome. So, let's see. Thank you so much, Matthew. Matthew and Leah. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. That is phenomenal. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support. April, there's no such thing as pre-ordering. We don't do pre-orders because we did it in the past. And what we found out is that we got ourselves into some trouble because we go through, believe it or not, every single box, every single berry gets checked, gets opened, gets cataloged, and we quality control, even though the farm does a phenomenal job of sending us the highest quality berries you're going to find, or dormant plants in general, you're going to find berries and vegetables and everything. You're still going to find that some just don't meet our standards because they get grabbed when they're in the field, right? We cull those out, so we're only sending the best of the best of the best. So we do not do pre-orders because we want to make sure that what we have in stock, we can send to you, plain and simple. So you can go over and order them right now. We're shipping them every single day. Judy, do we have butterfly bush? No, we do not. Butterfly bush is technically actually illegal to sell in multiple states. I do not recommend growing butterfly bush. There are some sterile varieties. However, butterfly bush is actually an invasive species for a good part of the United States. So we do not sell butterfly bush. Let's see. Jed, do you sleep? Yeah, sleep. Come on. Go to bed around 11, wake up at 7, 8 hours of sleep, baby. 8 hours. And sometimes less, but sometimes wake up at 7:30. But that's okay. That's good. It's all good. I do sleep. I do this for you guys. Let's see. Okay. Awesome question, Kitty. Hi, Luke in chat. Just planted my pink currants on Sunday. Great. Will they fruit the first season? They may, but I've always said do not expect it. Do not expect fruit your first season. That is a season of them getting established. They're going to get their roots established first. The first year, they sleep, right? They sleep. The second year, they creep. And then the third year, they leap. That third year is crazy. The second year is like, yeah, I'm getting some fruit. This is fine. This is awesome. But the third year is like, this is the reason why I planted them. You need to have a little bit of future, foresight, right? You need to be able to envision what you're going to get because it's not instant gratification. These are an investment in the future. And when you invest in your future, you're going to have such amazing payoffs. I cannot tell you how rewarding it was for us. We planted 3 varieties of strawberries about 5 years ago. We've gone 2 seasons without strawberries, but for 3 years, we harvested strawberries. On the final year before we rotated our beds out, and because you should kind of rotate your beds out with new plants. Every once in a while, berries they'll just get old, right? Strawberries specifically will get old. And after about the 4th, maybe the 5th year, because we planted 2-year plants. So by the 3rd year, they were about 5 years old. And at about the 5-year mark, they really start to suffer yield-wise if you don't replenish them with fresh plants, right? So, and I'll get to something you guys are going to kind of love in a second, but we tore out the plants and we just kind of let our beds rest for a little bit. But for that 3rd year, we were harvesting 25 to 30 pounds of strawberries per bed. We got around 50 pounds of strawberries from just 2 50-foot square foot raised beds. About 50 pounds. It was absolutely insane. Half a pound per square foot is wild. Absolutely wild on strawberries. And you can do it too. The great thing is that all of these strawberries, all of them, will produce runners. And those runners are free plants. They're bonus plants that you're going to get as you grow them. Those runners are going to be exact identical clones of the parent plant, meaning you can grow them and keep growing them. So you only need to buy it once, and you basically should have enough. You should basically have free plants forever. Yes, Brandon, more currants are coming back in stock. Go check out migardener.com. We should have them in stock within the next week. We have more coming in from the farm and more grapes as well. Now I will say, for those of you that are wanting stuff now but wanting other stuff, waiting for other stuff later, don't wait. The reason why we tell people not to wait is because we often will get people that will wait and certain stuff will sell out. We don't get everything all at once. We get drops periodically, right? As stuff sells out, we order more from our farm that grows them for us. And other than that, they keep them in the ground. They keep them in the ground so that they don't die. So basically, as we need them, we say, hey, dig some more up for us, please. We need some more. And so what happens is something will go out of stock and then something will come back in stock. And they'll say, well, I was waiting for the grapes, for instance, right? The grapes are in stock, but now the AC Wendy is out of stock. Well, that's why we tell people not to wait. And the reason why you shouldn't wait is because the way that their shipping is structured. The shipping is structured based on the weight of the product. Meaning if you add a 25 count jewel, right? Look at that. Those are gorgeous. Those are the best looking berries I've seen so far. They're amazing. So, the weight of that is calculated into the shipping. It goes through USPS. They kick out a rate, and that comes back. So, whether you're ordering 1 berry, 2 berries, 3 berries, or 100 berries, the weight of that is calculated, and that's the rate that you get at checkout. So, waiting means absolutely nothing. You could place 7 different orders. It will equal the exact same. I want to be so crystal clear here. You could place 20 orders and the shipping would be exactly the same as had you bundled them all up into one order. Based because it's weight-based shipping. That's how USPS is switching over to stuff. And so because we ship priority, it's based on weight. It's based on the weight, not the size of the box, but the weight of the package. And so it does not matter. Does not matter. Do not wait for stuff because so many people wait. And then it's like, it's out of stock. When are you going to get more? And it's like, this time of year, stuff's always out of stock. It's our busiest season. So please, I implore you, do not wait. You're really going to regret it, like so many other people have. Tanya, we do not ship to Canada. We can't ship to Canada. Nope, cannot ship to Canada. Karen, yes, we're getting more container blueberries in, but like I said, those are coming in hopefully in a week. We just told the farm we needed more. In fact, I called them today and told them we needed more. They are shipping them out to us because again, those ones are in pots, so those are a little bit different. But those ones should be shipping out hopefully tomorrow from the farm, and then we're going to be receiving them hopefully sometime mid next week. Let's see. All right, so what kind of elderberries? So we have two different kinds of elderberries here. We have what's known as the samdol and the samel. The samdol and the samel are they're from the same lineage, right? So they are going to yield about the same. Some people will get both to increase pollination. It's not a requirement. The reason why it's not a requirement is because generally, more often than not, you're going to have an elderberry somewhere within about a 5-mile radius, which is all you need to create some type of cross pollination. Now, I will say it's highly recommended. It's not required, but it's highly recommended to get more than one. And that's why we sell them in bundles, because some people will buy, 2 or 3 of them, plant them in close proximity, or cluster them together. It's going to really help with cross pollination, which is going to help with your yield. So I'd highly recommend checking those out. But we have the samdol and the samel, and they are not American elderberries. They are, I believe, they could be Indian based on the name, Indian strain, but I'm not positive. I mean, they're grown here in the U.S., but I know that there are an American strain that a lot of you have talked about or asked us about. The farm that we go with that grows them, they can grow American strains of elderberry. The downside is that the demand for them is exceptionally low, and so they don't grow for just us. They primarily grow for us. They grow like about 60% of their farm is dedicated to just us. And they contract grow for us. At the end of every season, we say, please grow at least this amount for us, and they'll plant that. The problem is they're not willing to give up a lot of their field space for a crop that we wouldn't really order all that much of. So that's why, unfortunately, we don't carry that. Nicole asked a good question. What size pot should I plant my top hat blueberry in? So those blueberries, I'll go back to. I recommend planting them in at least a 3-gallon pot. At least a 3-gallon pot. You will benefit from putting this in a 3-gallon pot. Right now, it's in a quart container. It would benefit so much from at least a 3-gallon pot. Make sure that pot has good drainage. Blueberries do not like to be in swampy conditions. And also make sure to use a soil that is a little bit acidic. Blueberries love a pH of around 5 to 5.5. So if you're using a soil that has some peat moss added to it, they're going to do really great. Donnie, how soon do you plant your strawberries once you receive them? Sorry, Dory, not Donnie. I apologize. Dory. I've got my glasses on, but sometimes I swear I don't. Dory, so you should be receiving, so once you receive your strawberries, you should be planting them almost as soon as you receive them. If you're not ready to plant yet, if your garden's not ready or it's too wet or too cold for you to get out or whatever, throw them in a pot of dirt to keep them healthy and happy. I prefer you put them right out into the garden as soon as you can, because even if you get a frost, a freeze, or a snow or a blizzard, they're going to be fine. I promise you they're going to be fine. The worst thing you can do is take these absolutely gorgeous plants, these like crazy, stunning, beautiful plants, and let them sit indoors in their bags and just dehydrate them, because these are dormant. The energy that is in them is going to produce growth and produce roots. And if there's nothing for them to root into, they're going to dehydrate and die. Let's see. Just Josh, do I wait until strawberries are dormant to change beds? So if you're going to move them, yes, they need to be dormant. You shouldn't move a berry that's already growing or any perennial, because if you move a perennial and it's growing, you're going to damage the roots, and a lot of that energy goes into producing that growth. So you really shouldn't move an already growing perennial. Now, if you're talking about changing out your beds, every 4 to 5 years, you want to change out your beds to let that bed rest and recharge. And it's good to move your berries around. It's really good to move your strawberries around because they're very heavy feeders, and they're going to deplete that soil, and it's going to get, very depleted in fertility. So what we recommend is basically, at the 4th year, pull everything up, pick a new spot, pick a new bed or something like that, or rip them up, right? Rip them up, bring in a bunch more compost, really amend that soil, fill it up like 6-7 inches of compost, then replant in it, and you should be fine. So hopefully that helps, Josh. Oh, that's Kitty. Thank you, Kitty. I appreciate that. His strawberries, awesome. Got last season as well, and the asparagus crowns, oh my gosh, amazing. Yeah, Kitty, I'm not kidding him, right? I'm not kidding you. Nobody understands until you actually get them how huge these are. These are like gigantic. And a lot of people ask, Luke, why do you add more to your plate? You're already doing seeds. You're already doing fertilizer. You're already doing merch. Like, why add more to your plate? And let me tell you, this is a really simple answer. Really simple. When I first started out gardening, I went with a lot of mail order companies. I ordered a lot of our dormant plants mail order. And the quality they sent me was honestly insulting. For the amount that I paid and the quality that I got, I looked at that and I thought, what an insult to not only my hard-earned money, but to my intelligence. Like, do they really think that what they're sending me is high quality? There's no way that they're looking at that and going to bed at night and saying, I'm glad I sent him that. There's no way. And I got that from multiple mail order companies, some of the bigger mail order companies that exist. So that's why I decided to take this on as another project for My Gardener. And let me tell you, our staff has done a phenomenal job. Phenomenal. All of our staff, all of our team, phenomenal. Absolutely incredible job. So I cannot give them a big enough thanks. What we send out, I tell everybody, I want the quality to be A+. Just an absolute A+, because the thing is that the receiver, the end consumer, you guys talk. If the quality sucks, you're going to talk. But if the quality is good, you're also going to talk. And so these, I could safely say I've never in my entire life seen, like, and we've been doing this now for 6 years, sending out asparagus. This is the biggest they've ever been. These asparagus are like behemoth asparagus. And so these, this is the Millennium asparagus. They're gigantic. Mary Washington, pretty big. Like this is like a very normal size. I'm not gonna say it's gigantic. The Millennium is like otherworldly, like freakazoid big. These are huge for mail order standards. For mail order standards, these are like unheard of, right? These are still way bigger than anything you're gonna get. These are huge. Those are otherworldly, so crazy. But yeah, we do that. That's why we do that. We add these projects to our plate because we know that we can do better than a lot of these other companies that are doing stuff just for a quick buck. It's not cool, and I'm not into it. Let's see. Can you ship to Canada? No, I unfortunately we cannot ship to Canada. We can't do that. The amount of time it takes and sending live plants is like a huge no-go. Customs would not be happy with us. We can send seeds though. We actually, and to be honest, we offer free shipping. If you get $20 worth of seeds, we'll ship free to Canada. So check it out. Give it a shot. But we cannot send berries. Customs would they would be so upset. DIY fruit trees. We sell pawpaws, different varieties. No, we don't sell pawpaws, sadly. We do not sell pawpaws. Oh, Patty, I must have missed you. Patty, I was here today too. Depends on when you were here. I was actually filming most of the day in the garden. Great content coming out, by the way. Absolutely amazing content. Really excited about it. But I came to the shop after I was done filming, and I must have missed you. But I could have also been in the greenhouse. But thanks for stopping by, Patty. I appreciate it. I'm glad everything looked good to you. Let's see. Danielle, can you talk about how to handle grapes? Yeah, really simple. So when you get your grapes, by the way, grow room, looking good. Maybe let's get a peek in here real quick, and then I'll talk about how to grow grapes. Look, so the lights are off, right? Well, these lights are on. These are supplemental grow lights, but look at this. Look how gorgeous. Look at that. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Check out these peppers. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this pepper. This is a pimento. This sucker's huge. Absolutely amazing. Okay. Back to the topic at hand. So when you're getting your grapes are going to come bare root like this, right? Roots are going to stay hydrated because we add some damp pine shavings in, and the damp pine shavings are going to keep the roots hydrated. They're going to be lively and ready to go. When you get these, you're going to put them in some soil, hopefully as soon as you get them. You're going to soak the roots for about 15 to 20 minutes. Once you get those soaked, they're ready to plant. Get them in the ground as soon as possible. And then what you want to do is you want to provide some support. Grapes like to climb. And what you want to do is you want to get them up onto, some people will put a fence post in the ground. Other people they'll put other people will put like a lattice. That's the term, like that wooden slat lattice. Some people will use that. Doesn't really matter what you use. They got to climb up something. Cattle panel trellising is another thing. You could absolutely use cattle panel trellising in our garden. That'd be beautiful. In fact, that'd be so pretty. But you got to give them some type of support because they're going to want to climb once they get going. And then every year, you want to cut them back. You want to cut them back, not fully back, but you want to cut them back by about 30%. When you cut them back 30%, it's going to reroute that energy, and it's going to really encourage them to start growing because grapes will fruit on new year growth, that first year growth. So you want to make sure you encourage that new year's growth by clipping them back 30% every single year. And that's honestly it. They're really easy to grow. Oh, cool. Sandal elderberries from Denmark. Cool. I did not know that, but yeah. So that's from Denmark. Yep. Okay. Cool. How is the quality of the horseradish root? So the horseradish root is wild. They're crazy. They're giant. I got to find out. I'm not positive where they're at. They're somewhere. Oh, they're over here. So you're getting right here. You're getting a bundle of 3. Check, like these are huge. They're huge. They come with slightly damp pine shavings as well to keep them hydrated. But these suckers are, look at the diameter on that sucker. Like that is huge. Absolutely massive. We do still have some dahlias in stock as well. We got some dahlias. Those are kind of going pretty fast. The dahlias have, they've done very, very, very well for us. When those are sold out, they're done for the year. So if you're going to get some dahlias, get them now. We're not getting any more. The farm only grows 1 round of them for us. Only 1 round. When they're done, they're done. So the dahlias have done phenomenally. Most of them have sold out. Now, get this, the rhubarb. We're going to be getting more rhubarb in. We also may still have some rhubarb in stock. We have a variety called McDonald. This thing is huge. Absolutely huge. This thing, it's like the size of a baseball, you guys. These rhubarb crowns they're a chunk of a rhubarb crown. All you need is a chunk, and it's going to start to grow. These things have so much vigor to them. They are absolutely monolithic. Like, look at this. This is literally, I'm grabbing the whole thing. It's all one giant chunk of a rhubarb crown. Like, this thing is huge. Absolutely. Some of these are obscene. This is like, look at this. I'm grabbing the whole thing. My hands are up here. This is like bigger than a baseball. Absolutely giant. Let me see if I can open this. I might be able to open this. Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to do this one-handed here. Sorry. So if you want rhubarb, the rhubarb goes exceptionally fast. But we're getting more in. We are getting more in. So if it's sold out, definitely check it out. Look at this. Hold on. It's so hard to do this one-handed. So hard to do this one-handed. Look at this sucker. Okay. Look at this thing. Look at this. Look how big this thing is. Absolutely. Granted, it looks like something out of a horror movie. But like all of that beautiful, beautiful growth you're seeing, look at that. Check that out. Look at that. This thing is huge. It's got 1 right there, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got 7 growth points on this. Absolutely massive. Gotta put that back in the bag there. So yeah, when I say the rhubarb is huge, it's not a joke. It's absolutely massive. Let's see. So many questions. Holy smokes. Okay. And we're at 39 minutes. Okay, so Corey, yes, we are sold out of grapes. I'm gonna answer maybe like 5, 7 more questions, and then I do have to go because I got to get going to bed pretty soon because I got early day in the morning, and Mrs. My gardener is she is. I take Wednesdays to answer all your garden questions, and emails, Facebook messages, YouTube messages. I try to answer those on Wednesdays. So I start early. Because I'll have the kiddo that day. Me and our little one. We hang out on Wednesdays. Mrs. Emma Gardner comes to the shop. That's when she works on her newsletter, the amazing Emma Gardner newsletter, which if you haven't signed up for that, definitely. We don't bombard you with sales and garbage like that, like most companies do. A lot of it is literally just free information. So she works on that on Wednesdays. So I'll answer maybe 5 to 7 more, and we'll get heading off here. But Corey, yes, we are sold out of grapes, but we're getting more in. As I told everyone before, make sure that if you're waiting on something, but other stuff is in stock that you want, get that. It's weight-based shipping. So USPS is going to charge you based on the weight of the package, not based on, like we don't, how do I say this? You could order 4 or 5 different orders. It'll be the same as bundling everything all together into one order. So don't wait, because a lot of times something comes back in stock and then another thing will come back out of stock, or will leave stock, right? Go out of stock. So definitely do not wait for the grapes if you're waiting on something else. But grapes should be back in stock hopefully next week. That's the hope. Yeah, that is huge. That rhubarb crown was massive. Absolutely huge. Are the asparagus 3-year crowns? So technically no, but we do have a lot of 3-year crowns thrown in here. There's 2 to 3-year crowns. We only promise 1-year plants. The reason why we promise 1-year plants is because I hate over promising and under delivering. It's not my goal. Trust me, there's a lot of companies out there, a lot of people, a lot of content creators and companies would so much rather overpromise to sell you and then under deliver, because once they've gotten your money, it's like already too late. I'd rather sleep better at night, and I'd rather have a good reputation and not be in a sleazeball by under promising and over delivering. So we're selling them as 1-year plants, but there are a boatload. I can tell you for a fact, positively, having spoken to the farms that grow for us, there are a boatload of plants that because they, like I said, they keep them in the ground until we order from them, right? And this farm, one of the farms grows basically everything that we order, the farm grows exclusively for us. The other farm grows about 60% of their farm's capacity for us. So they basically leave everything in the ground, and then when it gets ordered, they pull it up. Well, a lot of times they are like, look, we can send you a 1-year plant or a 3-year plant. I'd much rather send you a 3-year plant, because then once it gets 4, 5, 6 years old, it gets almost too large to even conceivably ship. And so at that point, they're like, well, look, Luke's a great guy. Let's give him / his customers great quality plants. It's a win-win across the board. So a lot of times they'll give us the premium 3-year stuff and keep the 1-year stuff in the ground to keep maturing. So just a little bit of background information on how us and the farms coordinate and why we have some crazy huge plants. Dragon fruit. We do have dragon fruit, but there's seeds. We have dragon fruit seeds. It's difficult to find black raspberry plants. Thank you. Yeah, we do have some black raspberry plants. They are awesome. I can I can speak very highly of them. They are so sweet. They're not quite like a black cap, but they are a really dark black raspberry, and they are so good. So good. So sweet. And they make an amazing jam. Oh my gosh, they make such a phenomenal jam. We made some about 2-3 years ago. Oh, it was so phenomenal. Almost didn't even need any pectin. The crazy thing was the fruits had so much natural pectin in them. It set up like a bowl of Jello. I mean, it was just amazing. We did add a little box of Sure Gel, but you almost didn't even need it. There was so much natural pectin in those black raspberries. It was amazing. Let's see. My asparagus came last week with asparagus already growing already. Do I bury it? No, don't. Just basically, like I said, follow the instructions included. What you do when you get your stuff, like some of these, like this asparagus is already starting to break dormancy a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Like literally at all. When you plant that in the ground, you're going to plant it up to the crown. When you plant it up to the crown, then at that point, if you want to bury it a little deeper, you can. It's going to be fine. It's going to be absolutely fine. These plants are used to they're used to popping up and having cold weather come. They're very used to that. All these plants are used to having freak frost come in and knock them back. They're going to be able to survive 1 or 2 times getting knocked back. They should not have any problem getting knocked back by a frost and coming back. So, and that's in the worst case scenario. Get them in the ground, plant them as soon as you get them. Don't worry about burying them too deep or burying them deeper. That can actually have negative side effects. You can bury something too deep and it can actually kill it. So don't do that. Just follow the normal planting instructions and you're going to be totally fine. Rebecca, Luke's favorite word today, huge. Yeah, they're huge. Like, okay, a lot of you are new to this live stream and haven't seen this yet. Look at this raspberry. And this is pretty normal. I can't say this is like everyone's gonna get this stuff, but like these raspberries, it's like a witch's broom. They're absolutely they're crazy. Look at this one. This is Anne. Everyone say hi to Anne. Like, this is what? What? This thing is absolutely freaking out of control. This is at least a 3-year, possibly even a 4-year that they sent us. And granted, if you get this, you're lucky. Like, this is not what we're promising. This sucker is like, you could like knock somebody out with this. Like, this is dangerous. All right. So yeah, hold up. Crazy. Like super crazy. If you want to get these, go check out mygardener.com. Like I said, a lot of you have been holding off. Some of you have questions about quality. Some of you have questions about how to plant them. Some of you have questions like I want to see them before I buy them, stuff like that, right? I understand. I get your hesitation. Hopefully, you have no questions now. They're out of control. That warehouse must be your candy store. Yeah, it is a little bit. It is a little bit. Like, I am definitely known. We still actually pay for them, believe it or not. We don't just get them for free. I myself will buy them from the company because you can't just steal from your company. So I still buy them. I literally we get our people that work here have an employee discount. We buy into them, and it's still great though. It's still like a candy store, and I definitely have had my fill for sure. I've gotten a lot. So yes, Sue, it is huge. It is huge. These plants are crazy. They're absolutely out of control. How the quality is just nuts. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, Joanna, it's not just Anne. We're talking like every variety has broomsticks like that. Not every single one will be a broomstick. I want to be crystal clear there. Like, I hope that I'm not misleading anybody. Not everyone is guaranteed going to get plants that are that thick. If you've gotten your plants and they're not that thick, there's nothing we can do about it. It's not like, oh, I really like Alex here on the live stream. I'm gonna give her a giant one, whereas like Susan, this is her first order, so like she's not quite as special. I'm not gonna give her a big one. Why would we do that? There's no way. They're all mixed in. It's literally just luck of the draw. Some people get 4-year plants. Some people get 2-year plants. Some people get a really hefty 1-year plant. You are guaranteed going to get a really good quality plant for that money. But sometimes you get it and you're like, holy crap, I won the lottery. That's just how it goes. I can't promise a certain size. But I can say you are guaranteed going to love what you get across the board. Or your money back. If you hate what you got, write us in. So far, no one has wrote in. And that's been out there for a long time. We make sure of it. Earthly artists. Can I grow 2 varieties of asparagus together? Absolutely. 100% you could. You could totally grow 2 different varieties right next to each other. Reasonable spacing, obviously. They're going to do great. They will do totally fine being spaced close apart or close together. Yeah. Not very far apart, close together, basically the same thing. Yeah. Let's see. Again, yes. Okay, so Joanna, will you be getting more gooseberries? Absolutely, Joanna. We're going to be getting lots more gooseberries. We have gooseberries and currants coming in hopefully next week from our farm. But I can say with 100% certainty, they will go exceptionally fast. Exceptionally. So go check out the website. Join the wait list. You'll be the first person to be notified. If you are lucky to get them, we hopefully are going to have one more delivery. But the farm has told us they make no promises. And that's because currants and gooseberries, they come out of dormancy very early. And we're starting to get into spring. And, excuse me, and I don't want to dig up a plant that then has to be shipped here and then shipped to you. It has a high chance of not surviving. And so our window is very, very short for currants and gooseberries. Currants and gooseberries are some of the first plants to break dormancy. Literally in our garden, they're starting to flower already. Like, it's absolutely nuts how fast they're growing. So it really just depends on how the season goes. We're for sure getting one shipment because they just pulled them out of the ground. They're getting them all processed up and ready, but they cannot promise us that the window is going to be long enough for 2 harvests out of the ground. They might extend until next year when we need them again next year. So it's going to be one of those things. There will be people that will miss out. That's just the nature of it. Let's see. Okay. Alex here. I assume trifecta isn't good for strawberries since he isn't answering that repeated question. I didn't even see your question. Please don't make assumptions. There's like 100 questions. I can't answer every single one. I'm sorry. I don't know what the question was. If you want to say it, I'll be happy to answer it. I'm guessing based on the context, they were asking if trifecta was good for strawberries. The answer would be absolutely. We use trifecta on everything. Trifecta would go on absolutely every crop. We put it on every flower, every vegetable, every fruit, every houseplant. We put it on everything because it's balanced. It's going to give the exact amount of nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, trace minerals, both fast-acting and slow release when the plant needs it and how much the plant needs. It is specially formulated to literally be an all-in-one fertilizer that you only have to apply one time per season and you're going to be good. Now you can apply it with perennials. You can apply it in the spring and the fall and be a little bit better off. But with 98 to 99% of the plants you're going to be growing, one application is all you need. And that goes for strawberries as well. Every single season, we're going to put down some trifecta to give them a nice boost out of dormancy. And that does not change. Trifecta does exceptionally well on strawberries. We had some of our biggest, best, healthiest plants, the biggest yields we've ever had using trifecta as our fertilizer. But I don't want to sit here because I do get people, and it's okay. I'll take it. I get a lot of criticism for people that say, Luke, you seem a little bit biased because you produce and sell trifecta, but you also talk about it. Well, if there was something better, I'm the type of person, and I think most of you know this, if there was something better out there, I would be using it because I want my garden to be the best it can be. I'm a gardener first. I teach gardeners and I inspire gardeners second. And I'm a businessman third. That's the matter of importance. So that actually, my garden supersedes you guys. My garden is more important than, and I hate to say it, my garden feeds my family. my family comes first. And your family should come first for you as well. So I wouldn't expect it to be any different. But my garden is first priority. If there was something out there that could grow better and would grow better, I'd use it. I've never in my entire life found anything better than trifecta. And I've tried a boatload of stuff. It's insane. The amount that you can save because you're not reapplying, and the how balanced it is, how diverse it is. It's got over 70 trace minerals. It's got beneficial bacteria and fungi. It's got fast acting and slow release. It's awesome. Random bag just fell off. The ghost of M.I. Gardner passed. It's creepy. Anyways, so yeah, we use it on absolutely everything. Trifecta is phenomenal. You can't go wrong with it. Jody, do you need more than one raspberry plant? No, you don't, Jody. You do not need more than one raspberry plant at all. You can have just one and be totally fine. The more you get, the more they're going to be able to cross-pollinate, and you're going to have better production, but they're totally fine. You could plant raspberries within about 2.5, 3 feet of each other. Totally fine at all. Totally fine. They're going to be great. But you don't have to. You can just do just one in a pot if you want. Super forevermore. Will you have sweet potato slips? In the greenhouse, we will. In the greenhouse, if you're local to us, we will have sweet potato slips growing, but we will not have them available to ship. Way too many regulations to ship. I'm not getting into that mess. So unfortunately, no. Yes, we'll have them locally. No, we will not be able to ship them. Jules, when do you start adding fertilizer after germination, after transplant into the beds? So we will always add a little bit of fertilizer, about 2 tablespoons per gallon of soil, into our seed starting mix. That way, when the seeds do need it, they can uptake it right away. But we'll primarily fertilize once the plants are planted, or transplanted, I should say, into the garden. That's when they get most of the feeding. Do you need more than one currant? No, you don't. Currants they're insane. They will produce so much fruit on just one plant that you're going to be wondering what to do with it all. We actually made the mistake of planting 6 plants, and you can see in our videos, last year from 6 fully mature currant plants, we got 17 pounds of currants. 16 plants, 17 pounds of currants. Oh, and gooseberries. So we have 1 gooseberry plant and 5 currants. We were making currant jelly, currant juice, currant jam. We were eating them fresh. We tried making attempted to make fruit leather with them. Not so great. Sure you could. I'm sure there's a way to do it. They're really juicy, so there's so much water content in them. Didn't really turn out the way I expected. Wouldn't recommend the fruit leather route. But we were giving them away to friends and family. We're like, please, this. It was crazy. So, yeah, it was nuts. But you do not need more than one. All right. Do you just use trifecta in the hole? Yeah. You just throw it right in the hole. Literally trifecta in the planting hole. Swish it around a little bit so it's not just directly in contact with the roots, and that way it's gonna be a little more mixed in to that soil. Pop the plant in. You're good to go. Good to go. Does the warehouse have ghosts? No, I don't think so. It probably just. I hope not. No, I don't think so. I think honestly, it probably just fell off the back. I don't believe in ghosts either. But if you do, that's fine. But I don't think we do. But I also haven't had anyone come and check. So I'd like to believe that there isn't. And so let's see. Luke, you should go to sleep. Yeah, I probably should. It's at an hour. I'll answer this one last question from Blue Wolf here, and then we'll head off to bed. But you guys are fun. I love hanging out with you guys, and it's really great. So Blue Wolf asks, can the rhubarb bulbs? They're not bulbs, they're crowns, but that's okay. Totally fine. Can the rhubarb crowns be divided? Yes, they definitely can. Now, do I recommend it? No, I don't. Would I recommend it 2 or 3 years down the road? For sure. Oh my gosh. You could turn one rhubarb crown into like 4 or 5 different rhubarb crowns. You could give some to your friends and family. Like we had an heirloom rhubarb plant that we had inherited from my grandma, and we had it for like 4 or 5 years. Absolutely. It was amazing. It just kept producing. And then we divide it off and give some away. It's awesome. Would I do it this year? No. Because I don't want you to damage these because they're so young, or they're so freshly divided, right? They've already been divided from that main plant. That's why they're cut, right? So I'll show you again. So when you get them like this is that jumbo one I was talking about. Like you can see the divide right here. This was where it was attached, right? And there's another spot where it was cut right over here, right? This is like a wedge off of a crown. I would personally, it'd be very reckless to divide this again, even one time. I would not recommend it. I mean, technically, you could. Would I recommend it? No. So take that for what it's worth, Blue Wolf. But once they grow a little bit, I would expect you to. Like, I would expect you, like, even with strawberries, these are going to produce runners. Those runners can be multiplied. I've always told people, plant it once. You plant strawberries once. If you can take those runners that are produced and multiply them out, you should never have to buy strawberries again. And we're in the business of selling plants and seeds. Like, I'm fine with that. There's enough fish in the sea. I'd so much rather see you be self-sufficient and grow your own and keep producing them. And then from there, then you've got some to give to friends and family. Like 25 plants, at the end of 2 years, you should have almost 150 plants. That's how many strawberries or how many plants you're going to get from just 25 plants after 2 years. Because what happens is that one plant will send out 2 or 3 runners. So you start with 25, you got like 150. That 150, and that's after just 1 year, that 150, those are going to send out 1 or 2 more. You're going to have, like I said, you're going to have 250 plants by the end of year 2. If you save them all, right? If you save them all, and that's not realistic, but in theory, you could have that many. So the same thing would apply to strawberries as it would apply to your rhubarb. I would expect you to, as you get them growing, to divide them out, to give them away, to multiply them in your garden. Absolutely, I would. But would I do it this year? Really wouldn't. I really would not. So there you guys go. Thank you so much for all your questions, your interest. Again, if you want to check out these plants, those plants behind me, we got plants everywhere. Go check out migardener.com. If it's sold out, if something you want is sold out, join the wait list. We should be getting more in, hopefully. But if it's not and you want to get it, but you're waiting on something else, like I said, don't. We do weight-based shipping. It's not based on how much you order. It's based on the weight of the order. That's what kicks out the shipping charge that you see at the end of checkout. So whether you place an order once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, or 100 times, it doesn't matter. You could literally get 100 orders, and it's going to be the exact same cost to you as bundling them all up into one monolithic order. So do not wait, because the last thing I want is for you guys to miss out on some amazing plants, because one thing goes out, one thing comes back in. One thing goes out, one thing comes back in. It's a game of popcorn that we're always playing this time of year. And the first drop of berries, you can guarantee get everything you want. After that, we always tell people, after that first giant drop of berries, it's all an unknown as to if something is going to be in stock at the exact same time as something else. And so hopefully that made sense. So go check out migardener.com. Thank you all so very much. Thank you all. I appreciate your support more than you could possibly imagine. This is what keeps me up at night, living the best dream. I wake up, I want to do it again. I love doing this. It's my passion. My passion is to help you guys grow a better garden, have more fun in the garden, and to garden more inexpensively, right? Spend less. Like, it's such a fun thing to see people have that light bulb pop on their head and say, I get it. Like, I can grow a garden. And it didn't cost as much as a lot of people said it would. And that's so cool for me. That's such a big thing for me. So I want to thank you all so very much. Love you all so very much. And yeah, so yeah, we'll do more of these. We'll definitely do more of these. But go check out migardener.com, load up on your stuff. And oh, and one last thing too, if you're waiting on your berry orders, we're shipping every single day. Don't worry about it. We're shipping every single day. You're not going to get something that you don't love. We're shipping out stuff that you're going to love every single day. We're just super busy. And because of that, it's a testament to our quality. It's a testament to the amazing, support from the community. But just stay patient. You're going to get something you love. It just might take a little while longer. So, just stay patient. But we're shipping every single day. So, if you place an order, we'll get to it. I guarantee you. So, as always, guys, thank you so much. Love you all. And we'll see you all later. All right. Grow bigger. Bye.